Hey guys, we're back. We're finally back, and I'm drinking some lemon LaCroix. Try to say that 6 times fast without stuttering or whatever. I still think that Costco's their version of this stuff, whatever, it's not really theirs, but they sell it there. It's better. Anyway, LaCroix's okay, but it lacks in flavor. Anyway, that's beside the point. Complete rabbit trail. But we're back. We're finally back. I just posted my video. Hopefully I did, on our trip to Europe and all that stuff. That was really cool. It's funny, because it seems like Mr. Guns and Gear went to Europe somewhere. Is it Sweden? I don't know, it's somewhere. Coda Boy 36, he went somewhere in Europe too, and we went somewhere in Europe. We didn't meet up or anything. I don't even know those people, but I follow them on Instagram, and YouTube and all that stuff, and they seem to be over there too. So it's kind of interesting. Maybe it was the year of Europe. I don't know. Anyway, so, wow, I am really not focusing. Okay. This video, basically, we're talking about what is coming up. I've made like 10 videos of this stuff already. But I'm not going to wait until I have a big production ready. I'm just going to give you all an update. So this is what this is. This is an update. After getting back from our trip, shortly, like the next day or whatever, I got a box which was 2,000 rounds of ammo. Excuse me. One was 1,000 rounds of Brown Bear, 1,000 rounds of basically unbranded Wolf from SG Ammo. Shout out to them, SG Ammo. Really good stuff. They really seem to have the best prices. That's where I get most of my ammo, depending on what it is, especially if it's bulk stuff. I get it from them. I've gotten a lot of my like Mark 12 stuff, my Mark 12 ammo, the funky, different kind of stuff. I get it from them because it's just somehow or other usually ends up being cheaper. Anyway, I got 2,000 rounds from them, so now I have my 4,000 rounds, for my test for the summer. I've been talking about for a while. So in a box behind you, not really behind you, but in front of me, because I don't know where you are, but in front of me, I've got 1,000 rounds loaded up and ready to go. I did not know I had that many magazines. Thankfully I do. So we are ready to go for Saturday the 5th. I'm going to start this thing, okay? So the video probably won't come out until next Saturday, until I get it all put together and everything. But what we're basically doing, and I've kind of mentioned before, we are revisiting our M4 and our Mark 18 Clash of the Clone kind of thing. And I've said before, I did the whole series on the M4, and it wasn't as structured when I did the Mark 18s. But the basic same thing I have a correct M4, like a Colt M4 with a Trijicon ACOG, the whole 9 yards. The only thing different on it, is it is not a machine gun lower, right? It's not full auto. It is Colt, factory Colt, and then it is not a, the muzzle device is an extended pin and welded muzzle brake because it's a 14.5-inch barrel, not muzzle brake, flash hider, and I'm not going to SBR the thing because it is a standalone. That's what it is. It's not changing. I'm not going to be putting suppressors on it. I'm not going to be changing out anything on it. It is what it is. So I'm not going to spend $200 and go through the whole process to get a tax stamp for it. It's a waste of time in my eyes. That's the Colt M4, and then we know I have my PSA M4, which is a Palmetto State. Basically the same thing. I cut it down to 14.7, whatever, so I had a standard flash hider, pin and weld that guy on. And then right now I'm running a Bushnell 1-4 scope on it. But anyway, those are the M4s. The M Mark 18s, I have the Colt, which it's all Colt except for the lower receiver. It is an SBR, and that is an 80% lower that I cut out, milled, marked, and all that kind of stuff. Everything else is Colt. Everything else is good to go. Pretty sure. The flashlight's not. Flashlight's a streamlight. But that's neither here nor there. That's not the function. The functioning parts of the rifle are Colt or clone, whatever they're supposed to be. The inspired Mark 18, I have no idea. It's a stainless steel barrel. It's a 10.2 whatever. I messed up. I did a whole bunch of videos on that. But it's about, give or take, micro whatever's off the end of it. It's about the right length. Got most of the right furniture right now, and then it's a pistol. I may run it when we actually do the testing. I may run it on my SBR lower because really we're looking at the functionality of the uppers. I mean, really, because the lowers they're not really going to fail. They're mil spec, they're mil spec, they're mil spec. Nothing fancy about it. So we're really focusing on the uppers. I may run it as a pistol. I don't know. We'll see. But basically, since I already did those videos before, what we're doing now, mainly focusing on, is the longevity, right? I did accuracy a lot. That was my main focus on my other videos, and it came out to usually the inspired or the PSA version. Those were actually being more accurate than the Colts. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. So you can just go buy a PSA, and you'll be getting better groups and all this stuff, and you don't need to spend all this extra money. True-ish a little bit, but then it came to my attention, I don't know why I didn't think of it, the PSA has a chrome moly vanadium steel barrel, right? It's not chrome lined, so it's got sharper rifling, yeah. And my inspired Mark 18 has a stainless steel, non-chrome lined barrel. Well, those are both like accuracy barrels. They're not chrome lined. They're stainless steel, moly vanadium steel. They're not chrome lined. And one thing that I have learned and read and come to understand, a chrome lined barrel will give you longevity, but at slightly decreased accuracy, because there's going to be differences in that plating of that chrome on the barrel. I don't know all the facts on this stuff, so if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. I don't care. But you will get slightly less accuracy out of a chrome-lined barrel, right? You'll get more longevity because you don't have to clean it as much, because the chrome doesn't rust and corrode as much as, a stainless steel barrel will. So, kind of interesting, okay? So, and once I came to know that, as after I already did the M4s and pretty much finished my Mark 18 kind of thing, I didn't really finish it. That's why I kind of stalled out. I basically can understand, wow, okay, so I needed to evolve or produce a different kind of test. So basically what I've done is I've got 4,000 rounds, because I'm not as well funded, or maybe I just don't want to spend the money. That would be a lot of money. Like the Lucky Gunner folks, they did 10,000 rounds, I believe, of 4 different kinds of ammo, and they're basically testing not the guns per se, but the ammo, like steel case. So there's great study on that. I do not have the time to go over all that, and they already did it. I might post the link down below for you to go look at it. If you haven't seen that, very good stuff if you're looking at buying steel case ammo. So what we have, like I said, we have 4,000 rounds. I keep forgetting where I got the brass case, but I got 1,000 rounds of brass. It's Lake City brass. It's like pulled. It's remanufactured, whatever, but I think it's pulled, never fired brass. I don't know why they would do that. I don't understand, but it looks like pretty good stuff, and it's Lake City brass, whatever. So, and I can't remember if it's 55 or 62 grain. I don't know. Once I get doing the test, I'll actually let y'all know on that. 1,000 rounds of that. 1,000 rounds of Brown Bear 55 grain, Tula 75 grain, and basically unbranded Wolf 62 grain hollow point, I believe is what that is. I believe. I could be wrong. I'll do it later, but that's what it is. 3 different kinds of steel cased ammo, 1 type of brass cased ammo. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide those into 4 groups, 4 lots, as it were, 250 of each. All right, and we're going to take one Saturday for each one of the guns. Hopefully it will be each Saturday, depending on how it all goes. But I'm going to run one gun with 1,000 rounds for one day. That's a good amount, and I'm not just going to sit there and burn through it, try to do like the Iraq Veteran 88 meltdown videos. I'm not trying to melt down, I'm not trying to break my guns. I'm basically simulating as if you went to like a class, because what a lot of people will say is, yeah, you go shoot, 100 rounds here, 200 rounds there, 500 rounds, whatever, but you need to put it through a class. If you want to know how your gear works, you got to put it through a class. Okay, well, a class generally, they run about 1,500 rounds or so in 2 to 3 days, depending on how big the class is. Well, I've got 1,000 rounds for one day on one gun. Okay, so what we're mainly going to be looking on are any kind of malfunctions that we get, and see what kind of reliability we get. I'm going to be as fair as I possibly can. Each gun is going to be crystal clean, that's not even the right word, spick and span. It's going to be clean. I'm going to clean them beforehand to make sure they're all starting out on the same threshold, and then I might drop in like a drop of oil every ammo change, if that makes sense, so that maybe I might do that, or I might just run them all until we start seeing malfunctions and see how it goes. I don't know, but we definitely are going to start with the brass, so 250 rounds of brass, okay, because we all know if you shoot a bunch of steel and then try to run brass without cleaning, you're going to have issues. But if you shoot brass and then go to steel, it's different, it's fine. So we're going to start out with the brass, and then go to the steel, and we'll go in the same order on each one of the tests. But that's what we're doing. That's the big thing that I've been really trying to do this summer, just saving up the money to get the ammo, because that's a lot of moolah. Buy 4,000 rounds just to go do this kind of stuff. It's gonna be fun. That ain't cheap. That ain't cheap at all. So that's the plan. I don't know which one I'm gonna start out on. I'm keep eyeing the Inspired Mark 18. I don't know. I don't know. But that's the plan. So that's the main thing that we're working on the next few weeks, next month or so, whatever. And of course, I gotta pick August to do it, so it's gonna be stinking hot. The second thing, which I was not planning on doing, but then it kind of fell into my lap, and then I actually think it might be a good idea to do. Basically, if you remember, I did my video on the Allegiance Silent Strike ammo that blew my gun up, okay? Bashed them pretty bad because their ammo basically blew my gun up. And I got a little upset, and because I didn't want to make it right, they wanted to blame my gun, and they didn't want to say it was anything of their ammo's fault. So, and I gave them like 3 tries, and each time it just didn't work. So apparently it struck a chord with them, and it's been eating them alive, and they keep contacting me saying, we need to redo this thing, we need to fix this, we need to do whatever. We can help you. What does he say? It sounds like he keeps trying to sell me a barrel that will work with this ammo. The problem is that in their whole thing, their big spiel is that they have cycling subsonic ammunition that will work in cycle out of an unmodified AR-15. Well, if you have to send me a custom-made barrel with the right chamber, with the right this, with the right that, and the this and that, that's not an off-the-shelf standard AR-15 mil-spec kind of thing. That's a custom build. And there are other companies out there that will do the same thing. You can get their custom gun to run their subsonic cycling 5.56 223 ammo. So that's no big deal. But he keeps at me until I finally was like, okay, fine. We'll see what he's got to do. So what he's going to do, and what he said he's going to do, maybe, I doubt he'll ever watch this. He may, I don't know, since it's his ammo I'm talking about. What he says he's going to do is he's going to send me a barrel. I don't remember if he's going to send me the gas block and the gas tube, but he's going to send me a buffer and a buffer spring. Okay, so those are the key components, right, that would make this thing work. Okay, the barrel's got to have the right chamber. Okay, the gas port's got to be the right size. Okay, the buffer itself has to be the right weight, and the buffer spring has to be the right tension, or whatever the word is, the right strength. He's going to send me that stuff. I'm going to headspace it, or check the headspacing, whatever, which brings me into what came in the mail today. I got some go, no-go gauges from Brownells. I'm going to check his gun. I'm going to check my guns, okay, and I'm going to see if my guns are truly out of spec, right, then, and his gun is in spec, right, then his gun should work, my guns shouldn't work. I don't remember what all guns I've tested before. I'm gonna have to go back and look on all my stuff, but I know it. My Mark 12 did not cycle the stuff. Nothing ever cycled. I'll say that straight up. Nothing cycled. I don't think I ever got a true cycle. I think I got a couple ejections, but I never got a full cycle. But the Mark 12 did not feed, and it just blew up. The PSA 16-inch fired and never cycled, and then it got two stuck in the chamber. And then I think I ran another gun. I can't remember exactly. So that's why I got to go back and look at my footage and see if I ran another gun and what. But we're going to run this stuff. Also, showing up later today, I should have waited till I made this. Showing up later today is another box of what is claimed to be cycling subsonic ammunition. So we have Allegiance ammo, the Silent Strike stuff that I've already tried, and we're going to be revisiting. But we also have this other stuff from Atomic. I don't know if it's Atomic Munitions, Atomic Ammunition, Atomic Ammo, I don't remember. But Atomic, okay, they have the same principal idea of a cycling subsonic round that is made to function and cycle in an unmodified 5.56 chamber AR-15. I reached out to that guy, his name may be Richard, I don't remember. But I reached out to him, and he was supposed to send me a box. He never did, so I just went ahead and bought a box. No skin off my nose, whatever. The good thing, the only leg up he has so far on the other people is that whenever I did, first off, when I contacted him, he called me and gave me a very, very, very well laid out explanation of this ammo. Okay, and this ammo it's made to, like I said, made to cycle in an AR-15, right? But it is made for like entry teams, for home defense kind of stuff, for very close use. It is not intended or designed to be used as a long-range tool or even as an intermediate range tool. It will keyhole. I don't know exactly why. I can't remember if he explained it or not, but it will keyhole at probably even like 100 yards. It's not really made to go that far. It's, like I said, it's made for entry teams, from what he said, to load the last or the top like 3 to 5 rounds of this stuff, of this cycling subsonic stuff, so that when they bust in a door, if they have to shoot, all right, it's deadly. It's like 112, 110 grain bullets, right? And it will cycle and it will function. But then if you have to be shooting more than 3 or 5 times, then first, one thing, you don't have to be a surprise anymore. So if it's suppressed subsonic stuff, it's real quiet. And if the first 5 rounds don't do business, well, the element of surprise is gone and you need full power stuff. And maybe they've gone behind barricades, maybe they've run, maybe they're in a vehicle or whatever. At that point, you're out of those 3 to 5 rounds of subsonic, and it cycles right into using your full power, full bore stuff. So that makes sense. For very close quarter, this stuff should, from what he said, cycle, and you're not going to get keyholes, and it should work. Past, I don't even know what. I'm going to test it. Past 25 yards, maybe it'll start getting keyholes. I don't know. The other thing about it, though, is that they sell it in 50-round boxes, right? A standard 50-round box for like $50 or $60. I can't remember. I think I paid $62, something like that, whatever. So what's that come out to? About $1.25, $1.50, whatever, a round. That's atomic ammunition. Allegiance ammo, they sell it for like $60, $80, whatever, I can't remember, by the time it comes out, for a box of 20. So it's like 3 times or something the cost of atomic. So we're gonna see. Even if we can get I don't want to say this because now it sounds like I'm biased, but even if I headspace all my stuff and everything works and his barrel works and my guns start to work and start running Allegiance ammo, if the atomic ammo stuff still works, I don't know why Allegiance is charging so much more than atomic. So anyway, this is all speculation and stuff, because I have shot Allegiance, have a bad track record with them, not shot atomic, have no idea. I just have talked to the guy and he seemed nice. So from this point on, I'm going to wipe the slate clean. All right, I'm going to try to be as completely unbiased and look at this stuff from new glasses, new goggles, however you want to look at it. And we're going to try to give it a clean start. Okay, so that means once it gets time to do it, we're going to headspace everything. I'll show it on camera. If my guns are out of spec, then my guns are out of spec, and that's all there is to it. If his gun is in spec, then there you go. Then it's in spec. And then I'll find a gun. You know, hopefully one of mine will actually be, hopefully not all of mine are out of spec. That'd be pretty bad. Because these are 5.56, they're not 2.23. I have maybe I have 2 or 3 2.23s. Play on words. But I have a couple 2.23 rifles, and I'll go ahead and check just to see. But anyway, we're wiping the slate clean. We're gonna start from the beginning. I even got a new set of whatever these things are, the chamber brush, the mop, star chamber. I'm gonna clean these things, not only for the M4s Mark 18s, but also for the guns I'm going to be trying to run the subsonic stuff through, to be completely clean. Like I said, clean slate, start over. So that's what's coming up. Stay tuned for all that stuff. I'm very excited to be back. It has been a long time. I've missed y'all. I really have. There's been several of y'all that, you know, continue to contact me over Instagram and YouTube and ask questions and stuff, and it's awesome. I really appreciate it. But hopefully we'll be getting back into this game and doing a lot more stuff. So stay tuned for that. I appreciate it. Appreciate your support. You all be good. You be safe, and we'll catch you in the next video.